journey. It is Tuesday and we are going thrifting. I got to go get gas first, because I tell you, when you go from home to Charlotte and then back up to Salisbury and then back to home, it takes up some gas. Plus I went around this weekend to some places and it used it up. Oh gosh, don't let me start that yawning. But they coming today. Thank goodness I don't have to be there, just to do a what do you call it, a quality check on our air conditioner, just to make sure everything is looking right and working right, all that stuff. So David will be home for that. He said it wouldn't take him long, so no decisions of anything to be made, which that's fine, because he made the decision to get that AC when I wasn't there. Because I told him, I said, just get the one that fits with the house and get it. I'm gonna tell you what, it works like a dream. It is a dream. We don't have to put it as low because it doesn't have to work as hard to cool it off. It cools it off quickly. Listen, I'm a 68 girl. I keep my air on 68. Well, here lately I've been at on 70, and some days I even think I want to put on 72 because it's a little bit chilly. Look, I'm using my Thrifting cup that you can buy from Starbucks when they're in stock, to make your own stuff at home. That is my iced chai latte, and I just use the Tazo brand concentrate, because that's what they say Starbucks uses, is Tazo and milk, and I didn't put enough chai in it because it's kind of weak tasting, but better than being too strong. I feel like my head's cut off. I don't know. It's big. Listen, if I don't soon get this hair cut, I'm gonna need a ponytail holder. But this weekend, my weekend video I put up today, actually, I did get Mr. Smooth with me just a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. I started on Friday. Of course, by now, if you're going to watch it, you would have seen it. Excuse me. But, there was something I was going to tell you. Oh, he is at home on the phone with our mortgage company. He keeps getting this message about your loan is on my desk, blah, 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 blah. And we're like, no, we're not trying to get no loan. We're not trying to do no refinancing. We're fine where we're at. I told him, I said, you better call. I said, don't call that lady. Because, see, we're the people. If you initiate to us, we don't. We initiate. Otherwise, we don't do business. We don't do. You know who the only person I can think of that we did that with is the guy who mows our yard. He come up and asked us, did we need our yard mowed? And we said, yeah. But if you come to our door to sell us something, we're not buying it. And if you call us on the phone, we're not buying it, because we don't trust that you are who you say you are. So if we want something, we initiate it. This, I told him, I said, either it's a scam, somebody knows who your mortgage is with, and they're trying to get information out of you, or it's the mortgage company doing a cold call, picking out good customers, clients, whatever, and calling to see if they can get them to refinance. I said, that's probably what it is. I said, you call and you tell them, first of all, is somebody trying to do a loan, and if not, tell them don't be calling no more, because we're not trying to refinance. But I doubt and believing that's the one. It's a salesman trying to make a deal. Listen, if we want to refinance, we know how to get a hold of you. They're the ones that we just changed over. That's probably why they're doing it, because they just changed over. You know how mortgage companies sell and then they sell your mortgage. Sometimes mortgage companies change, but sometimes they sell your mortgage to other companies. So I don't know if we got sold to these people, or if who we had, you know, like absorbed them. I don't really know. But they're the ones that took his house payment out automatically without getting his okay after we went to this new mortgage company. And so I'm not so sure of their intentions, you know. And he told me, he said, last time I tried to get my money back on that thing, he said, I never could talk to nobody. I said, you keep saying talk to representative. He said, every time I try to talk over somebody, I said, no, you don't talk over them. You wait until they ask you a question. It don't matter what the question is. Every single answer, talk to a representative, talk to a representative, talk to a representative. I said, or if you have to chat in, tell her you want a number to a human being. You can't handle all your business with these AI bots or whatever they are. You actually need human beings for financial things. In my opinion, I don't want some bot solving all my quote-unquote problems in the financial world. That's scary to me. Listen, you get a sense that the bot can't make a mistake, but yes, it can. And whose side are they gonna take? The computers or yours? Probably the computers. Computers don't make mistakes. Well, yeah, they do, because you know what? Computers have to be programmed by humans. Ain't that right? A bot didn't just come out of the sky and be a bot. There's some human somewhere sitting programming that thing. Am I right or am I stupid? Oh, okay. I was supposed to say I forgot my gas. I hadn't got there yet. But listen, I think I'm gonna see this week about getting Wesley the same day as Jacob, because normally every other week I'll get Wesley by himself on Wednesday and then him with Jacob on Thursday the next week, right? That's giving me 3 tired days in a row, because I go all day Tuesday and I'm tired Tuesday night, and I am tired when I get up Wednesday morning. I can do it, I'm able to do it, but it wears me out. And then if I have Wesley Wednesday, then Wednesday night I'm wore out, and then I have Jacob on Thursdays and I'm wore out. That gives me 3 days of just being tired. Even though I can go and do so much better since I lost weight, I still get tired. That has not fixed that. I got more stamina than I had, but it catches up with me. So I'm just gonna see about getting him on Thursdays and having Wednesday to do whatever. I think that might be better for me. I tell you, it was sad. RJ sent me a picture when they got to their halfway point with Sebastian. He sent me a picture of him, Sebastian, and I told Joan, I said, I know he was leaving. I mean, duh. But just seeing him and knowing where he's at and he wasn't in town made me cry. But we had the best week. We really did. So I hope he does get to come back this summer for the summer. So, oh well, there's a big long line over there. It is, yeah. People trying to get to work, I do reckon. Oh, and where I get my gas to 7-Eleven, I'm gonna get it and I'll pop back on and tell you how much I saved. Okay, so I only saved 5 cents. I guess all them times are giving me more than I think I should have gotten has caught up with me, so I did not fill it up. I got like 20-some bucks because I wasn't paying attention. I was gonna stop at 20, but I got another text to send to save 30 cents, and every time I'd send those, that's why I always save more. So I will wait till I save at least 30 cents before I fill up. But still, 5 cents, 5 cents. Now we are heading over, and we'll be there right after they open, because it is just right down the road here. So I'll see you back if I get something. Okay, so I did buy a couple things. I found this. I've never ever seen a countdown calendar for Halloween. Check it out, and it's got the little pumpkin. It says days till Halloween. Jacob will love doing that, because when I put one up for Christmas, he likes doing it. So it was $3.99 minus my 25% off. And then I got this. Okay, so it's an unopened box. You can't tell what it is. And 49 cents. Well, I didn't know till I got to the register this was open. Because I told her, I said, for 49 cents, I said, it reminds me of those days I used to go to the dollar days, and sometimes you just buy the blind boxes just to see what they are, and sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you don't. I was like, for 49 cents. She said, oh, and it's half off because it's been there more than like 3 days or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. For 25 cents, I'm gonna see what it is. And then I noticed, I said, oh, it's open. I said, well, I'm not gonna look. I said, I'm still just gonna be surprised. So it's gonna be something, well, useful or something stupid, but the thrill of the chase, I can't help it. Oh, Okay, it is some kind of little basket. I bet you this sits on the back of your sink. It's even got this, which I don't know what that is. But doesn't it look like something that was sitting on the back of your sink? And maybe that's your sponge, because it goes down like that and it would drip. I don't know. But I know how to donate it for $1. And then 25% off of that, so it really was less than $1. But that was fun. I don't know that I would pay more than that just for the funness. But who knows? The both places in town are shut down. I guess they just didn't make it. The one that we used to go to all the time, they shut down a long time ago. Where you go in and it's a different price for a different day, you know. And then the new one they built, matter of fact, down there beside where we went to play bowling and games, they were down there taking the sign down the other day. So I don't know of any more around here. Where you going, bro, man? Oh, I think he's backing in. That is something I do not do. I do not back in. I'm not good at it. Now I can do your parallel parking. I can do that all day long. But to try to back into a parking place, I don't even want to go there. It makes me nervous. Because David says when I park straight, I park crooked anyway. So I just take my chances backing out, which make me nervous as a cat trying to back out. Listen, for supper tonight, I actually, when I come in on Tuesdays, y'all know sometimes I'll be going to KFC because I'm so wiped out, especially since I've added this Charlotte leg to my trip. And then when I do get a late start, like the past few times, a couple times at least, I've got a late start because of doctors. I'm just so tired when I get home. And not a ton of walking, but a lot of sitting and driving. So yesterday I got smart for a change, and I looked at my menu and saw there's 2 of them that need to be, 2 of the chickens, the next 3 days of chicken, 2 of them need to be marinated. And since we just had a rice last night, I picked the one that doesn't have rice with it because there's another rice coming up. And it's the honey garlic chicken marinade. Excuse me. Excuse me. And I actually got my chicken thawed yesterday and put in the marinade, and it's in the refrigerator. All I got to do is pop it in the oven and bake it and make my sides. And my sides is going to be green beans and taters, and not green beans and taters. Green beans and taters together, because I like, we always call them arse potatoes. Don't ask me how you spell it. They're just arse potatoes. Little baby new potatoes is arse potatoes. I like green beans with little arse potatoes cooked in them. And I got them little bitty yellow potatoes in that pack. And so I'm going to cut some of them up because they're a little bit bigger than I want to be whole. So I'll probably quarter them and cook them first and then do my green beans. Because my green beans, when I can them, they're cooked to where I want them to be. They're basically just a seasoned heat and eat deal. I don't have to cook them. That's what I like about them. I can't cook a frozen green bean that tastes right for love nor money. I have tried and tried and tried. So I don't even try anymore. I think we're going to try to grow some this year. We had look in 2 years, but Holly said she wanted to at least try, so we're going to try. So now we are headed over to Charlotte. You see what they got going on. I'll be back. Listen, let me tell you, when I hung up, I headed across to get on the interstate 85, and you have to cross the bridge to get on it. Oh my, I didn't mean to do that. Traffic was at a standstill. So I hurried up before I get the lane split off, because it's them funky new things they do. Before the lane split off, I think this is where I want to go. you could jump over and get to where you're going straight. So I'm going to go down here and go straight and head on the back roads to head that way, because something has happened. It had to have been a wreck, because they weren't slow, they were dead stopped. So it's gonna take me a little bit longer to get there, but you know how long it'd take me sitting in that traffic? Oh, I'm so glad I passed over a bridge to see that, to catch it. So I was just coming over here to tell you that. Okay, so I just got through with the second Goodwill. Oh, let me show you right quick what I got. I found this. It's a 1963 Pepperidge, the Margaret Rudkin Pepperidge Farm Cookbook. I got this. Well, it's 63 and it's beautiful. I got it for my kitchen. Trade out one of those. And then, of course, a candle, which was $4.99, but 25% off. It came up to like the book was free. So I was cool with that. It's a brand new candle. Now I'm getting ready to head across the road a little ways and get me something to eat. I'm not waiting today until I'm starving. And it's still breakfast time, so I'm just going to get a sausage McGriddle and a half and half tea. I still got to get into the mode of bringing food with me, or at least trying to eat before I leave. I tell you, I just ain't got that situated yet. But let me tell you, the first Goodwill I was in, there's this woman come up to me. She said, I want to ask you a question. I said, okay. She said, how long have you had your tattoos? I said, well, I got them when I was 53 and I'm 63 now. She said, oh. She said, because I'm wanting one. I said, get it. She said, grin kind of. I said, just get it. I said, just get it. I said, I woke up one day and said, I'm a grown ass woman. I'm going to get a tattoo. I said, I didn't stop. I said, I had some surgeries to come up, and I didn't want to take a chance of getting infected, even though I never had been. That'd have been the time. I said, so I haven't had one in a few years. I said, it's time to get back and get some more, because I do have two that I want. I've just got to get them. And I told her, I said, just get it. I said, it won't be the last one you get. So, but I didn't find anything in that one. They were very, very sparse. You know, I watched this, and she just popped up on my YouTube, called Candy Thrifts. And what caught my eye was it said 8 thrift stores in Charlotte. Well, it turns out 2 of them was in Concord, and the 2 I go to. And she didn't bother to name the one by His Grace. She just called it a mom and pops. And as soon as I seen it, I knew where it was, and I seen a comment. The woman who owned it, she goes, that mom and pops is my store by His Grace. And she told about it and everything. And then the Goodwill she went to right after that was Concord. It's the very first one I go to on Senior Day. So those were not Charlotte. And then I knew all the other ones she went to, I knew which one she was at. I knew where she was. One I had forgot about. Years back, me and a subscriber met, and we went to the Goodwill Boutique, which we didn't know what was, but it is a boutique. It's got food stuff in it. But across the street was I think at the time it was still Value Village. So I forgot it was all over here somewhere. She went to the one Value Village on Central, which is kind of a scary part of town. So I don't really go over there by myself, because I'm not being funky about it. I'm just telling you, there's lots of crime that happens on that street in Charlotte. So I don't typically go there by myself. Haven't been over to Bargain Hunters in a while either. Bargain Hunters? I forget. But I knew everywhere she had went. She went to the Habitat over there with all the stuff in it. And the one Goodwill I went to that I didn't find anything this morning, she went there. And I don't know when she went, but them shelves were full. But I could tell by the outside where she was. So anyway, well, see how quick I got to McDonald's? I'm being sideways. So let me get off of here, and I'll just munch my food down while I head to Salisbury. Okay, so I ate not my whole, good bit of my thing on the way up here, and then I went to Nazareth and I found, oh, let me see, I got it down here. Oh, it's breaking. They had cookbooks, $3 a bag. And 3 I found was only going to be $3, so I found another one to throw in with it. It's a secret restaurant recipes. I have the what's his name, Todd something. I have all his, but this is just a different, you know. And then this is a Salisbury, if I'm not mistaken, Eastside Baptist Church, Salisbury. It is, I don't know what year because I didn't even look, but it's a nice big one. I don't think it says, but anyway, it's a nice big church cookbook. And then I found this. I love my Instant Pot affordable meals. I can always use some more ideas for my Instant Pot because I really like cooking in it. And then I found this old thing, Farm Journals Time Saving Country Cookbook, and I did look at it. I think it was 1961. Yeah, 1961. So isn't that cool? And then I found one pair of shorts, pair of white shorts. These are, oh, Sag Harbor. That's a good brand, isn't it? And they're a little stretchy. They're like white denim, but they're a little stretchy, and it's the kind that comes to your knees. I don't wear short shorts. Ain't nobody trying to see all that. And then I come over here to the Goodwill, and I found this. This goes with the dishes my mama had when I was growing up. They got it, I think, when she was married to my daddy. And they had two. One was broken, and this one I just thought I'd put over there with my old, you know, vintage coffee cups. That's why I got that. 49 cents. And then check this out. Brand new. This is the Equate Beauty compared to Tresemme Luxurious Moisture Conditioner and Shampoo. $4 for brand spanking new, completely full. And then they also had this compare to Tresemme Keratin Smooth. $4. You know I couldn't pass those up. My goodness. That's right smart cheaper than Walmart's. Plus, I just put shampoo on my grocery list for this week. So, there you go. That's $2 a thing. It's like the little cheap stuff we get, and you don't get near that much in it. So I think that was a good deal. Maybe it'll help this old frizzy hair of mine too. Old dry frizzy hair. We'll see. Anyway, so now I'm just going to head over to Habitat. Well, you know what? It is time to go home. I told John, every rude person is out today. I have run into some of the most rude, like David says, they're the only ones in the world. They're the only ones. I've run into so many of them today, it's not even funny. And just right there, that was the last straw. I already decided I was going home, but now I know I'm going home. Because they on my nerves. The only thing, I didn't get nothing at the Goodwills down here. The only thing I got at Habitat was some books. They're in the back. I didn't put them, I have room to put them up here to show you. But they're the best of country cooking. Taste of Home. I collect those. And honestly, I don't know if I have these years or not. Judy sent them to me years back when they started in spiral bound. And then they started with hardcover, but it didn't say Taste of Home. Now they say Taste of Home. So I'm thinking these are years I don't have. It better be the exact same thing I got. I know it's the best of country cooking. I know that's it. So anyway, whatever. If I already have it, I guess I'll just donate it or something. Or send them to Joan. She can look at them. And then she can donate them. How about that? So, that's all I got today. I didn't do too much. I didn't go to Shamrock because I don't have any cash on me. And I didn't feel like stopping at the bank. I could go and look, and if I see anything, then go to the bank, but it's a little bit away. I could go to CVS and get some cash back or something, but which I probably have money I need to spend at CVS, speaking of, on my Care Pass. I think I do. I think I might have about $12 or something. So I know they refilled my Ozempic, and I ain't getting it because I ain't paying care if it is 3 months. That ain't how much I paid before, and I'm not paying it. I'm just not paying it. I'm not paying $50 a month. I'll just learn to deal when I run out. Speaking of, I should have took my shot today. I'll take it on Tuesday. When I run out, I just run out. And I'm going to tell my doctor. That's all I know. I'll just have to hope I don't gain weight back. Which, I don't feel like I will, because Ozempic don't work for me. Like, you see these people talking about Ozempic and the weight just fell off. That's not how it works for me. If it did, I would keep losing weight. I wouldn't keep gaining and losing and gaining and losing again. I would just keep losing. So it does work that way on some people. I see some of these movie stars that take it, and they are just pure tea gaunt looking, you know? Not me. No. So I don't think it drops weight off of me. I've told you before 1,000 bazillion times, it takes the food noise out of my head. It keeps me from thinking about food 24 hours a day. That'll be the part I'll have to work on. So it is what it is. That's all I know about it. So I'm gonna head home, and I was talking to Holly. She said, because I made salsa last year, hot for them and regular for me, and she said she made taco meat with my salsa. She said it's delicious. She said, and then she had leftovers today. She put on spaghetti noodles. She said it was amazing. So I said, now I think I need to go home and have chips and salsa. And I actually have part of a jar of salsa in the refrigerator where I needed some for a recipe, and then I've just never I've never eaten the rest of it. So I think that's what I'm gonna go home and have for a late lunch. Oh, we got road work. Where I just went over is where they're putting the bridge in and extending out the whole road up here. They got a roundabout, which I have not figured out yet why. I don't know where it's supposed to come out at. Oh, stop right here, stop. Yep, they're down here working on it. But it'll help for when the trains come and you get stopped forever and ever and ever. So that's all for me today. I'm not even going to talk no more. I don't have nothing else to say. You seen what I got, and I had a good day. So, yep, this is Thursday for y'all. So see you tomorrow for weigh-in.